After a bright start to the season, Gigabyte's momentum had stalled, and he now sits near the fragile bubble of mediocrity. On the other side of that bubble, his opponent, desperate to salvage 500 after a dose of reality. For these two big-name bots, the stakes are high. A win means security. A defeat means uncertainty. It's all coming up tonight on BattleBots Reborn Cup.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to BattleBots Reborn Cup. What's your name again?
I don't know anymore these days.
That's fair. I'm Sam, I think. Am I Sam?
Maybe.
Welcome back to BattleBots Reborn Cup.
We forget our names easily here. But you know, some names we don't forget, and that is of the bots that have been absolutely tearing it up this season. Tonight we got a few more ready to continue to tear it up in what is the final round of Fight Night matches before the big ordeal, the tournament.
Super excited, but we have to get through the night first, so let's go ahead and take a peek at the fight card.
Tonight we'll see if Hydra can bounce back from his defeat to Razor in the last round when he takes on a very eager Vlad the Impaler.
A tense battle awaits Stinger and free shipping in what could be a battle for seeds or a battle for survival.
And another big main event awaits our former champion Tombstone with a 1-2 record. He's got to figure out how to beat the 2-1 Gigabyte in a battle that could be very important come the end of the Fight Night rounds. For more on that huge main event, we go down to our pit reporter, Captain Manting.
Thank you, Nick, and this is a main event that I personally am very excited for. You know, this is a matchup that's been played out countless times over the past 17 years. So many renditions of these bots have fought together, and it's just a matchup of, you know, who can work longer, who can hit harder. And I feel like this, while it may not go to the 3 minutes, it's going to depend on who breaks first. And Gigabyte's been looking a little stronger in its hits than Tombstone, I'd say, and being the sloped shell may have the design advantage. But Tombstone, you know, you can never underestimate Tombstone. Got that improved weapon this year, 2 stacked Z-Techs. I feel like the teeth advantage and the design advantage in total is going to help Gigabyte here, but on any given Monday.
Thank you, Cap. We appreciate your hard work. Now, let's get to the fight card. First up, we have Mauler versus Little Sister. 2 feel-good stories meet as they push for a top 8 seed.
Yeah, who would have predicted either one of these bots, let alone both of these bots, to be at a 3-0 position heading into the last match in Fight Nights? But Mauler has been very destructive and devastating. Little Sister has had to grind it a little bit more, but they both are at a very good spot, and they'll be pushing for top 4.
How detrimental might a loss be for either bot in their respective seeding?
Well, consider the facts. If you lose to somebody that's on the same playing field as you, then you're going to be below them. And there's not going to be a lot of bots that go 4-0, but if you get into a mix of 3-1s, it's anyone's guess what the selection committee will decide. So go out and get your win, and you know you'll be up there.
Well, let's go see. Fountain Bucks.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, he knows a thing or two about bare knuckle brawl. His 1-2 combo will make you fall. You won't walk out of this box, you will crawl after you face Mauler! In the blue square. Hey mate, tell her how you really feel, cause this young lady likes to keep it real. But don't you dare cross her. If she hears you snitch, you'll get backstabbed from the baddest bitch, Little Sister!
Let the bot battle begin. And it's an important one because the winner moves to 4-0 and to the top of the seeds. The loser might fall down a bit.
Little Sister doing their best to try and get close to Mauler to try and stop the spinning, but I saw a piece fly off. Who did that come from?
Might have been a frame piece of Little Sister's. Oh, that's not a frame piece of Little Sister. That's half of the flipper getting ripped off from the backside and the ram plate. And you can see already whatever strategy Little Sister thought they were going to have, they've already ditched it. Or have they? Oh, goodness! There's more of the flipper gone now. In fact, I don't even think they can get a flip in.
I gotta give it to him though. Little Sister is at least still pushing. Don't know how well it's gonna end for them though.
They're not really getting any purchase underneath Mauler. She's got to find a way to imbalance him and flip him over, but now with the smoke pouring out, that's not a good sign.
Just a couple more hits, I think, for Little Sister, but we do gotta give this bot some credit. She's still pushing.
Mauler is in the driver's seat. No mistakes, and he'll be coasting to a 4-0 Fight Night record. Little Sister is moments away from being finished. And that moment has arrived, and Mauler gets the win, and he goes 4-0. Well, that was a bit of an odd strategy from Little Sister. I feel like they would have been better off just going at him with the flipper.
I don't know, to be honest, because the pieces came off quite easily, and I think even with the aggression that they had, they still would have lost.
We'll see how that affects Little Sister's seeding, now at a 3-1 record, but Mauler will be sitting pretty near the top. He's 4-0.
Mauler, you bullied Little Sister.
Little Sister wanted to be bullied, it seemed like. I really question that strategy, to be honest, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Mauler's not going to sit around and wait for her to figure it out. He's going to go on, take 4-0, and he's likely a top 4 seed. What an incredible season it's been for him, and it's only just begun.
It's only just begun. Well, we're going to go into the second match of the night. We have Endgame versus Ghost Raptor. Endgame's season is on life support.
Life support indeed, because after 3 fights, the only win he's got is the one against Lockjaw, and that's not a good win to have. So if he wants any chance of getting into the tournament, it's a must-win situation.
Ghost Raptor probably needs to win to assure his place too, so should he play defensive or go all out?
Well, playing defensive would be a risky strategy, especially if he were to lose and then go to 2-2. But if you lose going all out, that might look a little better to the selection committee. So how confident is he in that defensive strategy? I guess that's something only he will know, and we will find out once the fight's over.
Well, let's see what he decides to do. Down in the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square. Every story has 2 sides, but both of yours end here. If you want something happier, you're gonna have to buy the DLC. It's Endgame! In the blue square, let us raise a toast to celebrate the last moment you will get to boast. Your parts will fly from the east to the west coast. Cheers, everyone! You'll get shredded by Ghost Raptor!
Let the bot battle begin between 2 bots fighting for their tournament lives, and Endgame getting underneath Ghost Raptor but runs into the wall instead of pushing Ghost Raptor there.
It seems that Ghost Raptor really doesn't have any leeway here. Not pushing the best, kind of flopping all over the place right now too. Oh, is he stuck?
He might be stuck. This is a position we've seen him get in before, and I don't think Endgame's in the position to do him any favors.
Is Endgame gonna do what I hate, Nick?
Well, he's kind of waiting. Ghost Raptor is taking damage. Endgame is not pushing. They're counting out Ghost Raptor, and he is out. Endgame is going to take the win. Well, we know the thing that Sam hates the most is when a bot helps out their opponent, but with so much on the line, it seemed like Endgame was willing to take the smart route.
I'm very proud of you, Endgame. I think what you've done was amazing. Ghost Raptor, you tried your best, but he got under you and just kind of flipped you the right way.
Yeah, Endgame might have been winning regardless, but he'll still take that win in any way, shape, or form.
See? Endgame, he did what I wanted.
Yeah, but you also gotta think about it's the last round. At this point, people are gonna take what they can get. Whereas in the first round, you're desperate to impress. You need that fight time sometimes.
Yeah, but a win is a win.
I mean,
you know?
yeah, it's up for debate, but what's not up for debate is Endgame and Ghost Raptor now, both at 2-2, and they're both gonna be in the mix in that little cluster that's gonna be fighting to be on the right side of the line. So everyone's gonna be crossing their fingers. It's gonna be intense.
And more bots tonight going into the third fight. Also going to be crossing their fingers. Everybody's looking for wins. We have Stinger versus Free Shipping. After an 0-2 start, Stinger has given himself a chance to make the postseason.
Yeah, if he had lost in that third round, it would have been over for him. But he got a win. His strength of schedule still looks pretty strong, especially when you've got Gigabyte and Killer B on there. So if he can get 2-2, I think he's going to jump the pack a little bit.
Free Shipping did upset Gruff already this season. How's his resume looking?
Not too shabby at all. A loss to Stinger wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but again, we already know Ghost Raptor, Endgame are going to be in that 2-2 mix. Sal, after last episode, is in the 2-2 mix. There's a lot of pedigree there. You don't want to be in that mess.
Well, let's see how messy it gets. Down bucks.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, a win against him will have you buzzing, because the tournament spot's what he'll be discussing. This test won't be easy, you'll be put through the ringer by Stinger! In the blue square, you have no hope of winning, not even a silver. Bots that face him just cower and quiver, and you're next. That promise will be signed, sealed and delivered by Free Shipping!
Let the bot battle begin, and Free Shipping immediately goes after Flicker, doesn't get him flipped over. Stinger with a retaliation shot on Free Shipping.
Yeah, I don't know how well that plan going after the mini-bot was gonna go.
Flicker now getting caught behind Stinger as Free Shipping gets a good attack on Stinger. These two bots have a lot to fight for.
Free Shipping kind of using Stinger to keep Flicker at bay.
It actually worked out pretty well there. Now Flicker trying to get more involved as Stinger is flipped, Flicker is flipped, and Stinger is struggling to get himself back until that moment, and now Free Shipping's back on top.
And now he's not.
Yeah, Free Shipping getting flipped with a good use of the weapon, then he flipped himself awkwardly.
He's kind of all over the box right now.
The nerves might be getting to Free Shipping. He sits at 2-1. Stinger needs to come out and get this win at 1-2. He's got Free Shipping flipped again. And Free Shipping riding on the tires, scooting across the box, but still inverted. Good opportunity for Flicker to use the flame, and he's doing just that. You gotta be careful not to hit his main bot.
Free Shipping now out of the corner, smoking a little bit though, or is that coming from Stinger?
They're moving fast. No, it is Free Shipping. You were right. So Free Shipping taking some flame damage, and Flicker got flipped again. That might be him out of it because the main bots aren't really concerned. Over halfway through this fight, and it's been pretty even so far. Free shipping trying to change that with another positive attack. Flicker has now been counted out, so it's just down to the main bots.
Both of the bots are trying their best to get underneath each other, and it's kind of going back and forth, to be honest, at this point.
It's all about the right positioning. Each bot trying to work the angles. Stinger with a trip over the kill saws. Free shipping took a little damage as well. Stinger with another half flip and then bumping into free shipping, and he's flipped again.
I love the acrobats happening in this match, Nate.
And free shipping has stopped moving. The weapon seemingly has stopped responding. He's getting counted out. Is this the end of free shipping? Stinger celebrating. He has no intention to get his opponent back. Instead, he's gonna take the knockout win. A lot to dissect here. We saw in the opening exchange, free shipping wanted to go after Flicker but didn't get the shot he wanted.
I wonder if him constantly getting to Flicker throughout the match, though, is what was Flicker's demise.
It ultimately took Flicker out of the equation, but even at times when Flicker was still in the fight, like here, free shipping used him against Stinger to kind of pin him and get him flipped.
It's a weird thought going into other fights, wondering if the mini-bot you bring in is helping you or helping your opponent.
And Cap, they're both 2-2 now. Does either miss out on the bracket or both?
I think both of these robots have very strong losses, but not very strong wins. I'd say they could both definitely get in at a low seed here, if not somewhere in the middle.
GG Stinger.
GG Stinger, indeed. Also, GL to free shipping. Good luck, because you are in the mix of 2-2s now. I don't know if that's a comfortable position to be in. You're just gonna have to deal with it. Cross your fingers, pray.
A lot of bots crossing their non-existent fingers tonight.
Bribe somebody off. That's a good option too. We could use some money.
Yeah.
Subscribe to Patreon.
Well, going into the fourth fight for the night, we have Hydra versus Vlad the Impaler. The prize is simple. The winner will guarantee themselves a spot in the tournament.
Yeah, this fight's a little different from what we've been having because both bots are sitting at 2-1, so a win to move you to 3-1 looks pretty good. It's going to be very hard to get knocked out off of a 3-1 record.
This fight could also be considered Vlad's prove-it match. How badly would a loss be for him?
Well, having started off in the qualifiers, that meant Vlad was in Tier 4, so the selection committee already wasn't rating him that high, and now with a precarious 2-1 record, I don't think 2-2 is going to be enough for him. He would probably need this win a lot more than Hydra will.
Big match. Let's see who gets the win down in the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, many have tried and many have cried. After finding out that against him, there's nowhere to hide. It's Hydra! In the blue square, if the box was a coffin, he's the final nail. He's selling tickets to your downfall. It's now on sale. And when this train leaves the station, it'll soon be derailed by Vlad the Impaler!
Let the bot battle begin. It's a big opportunity for Vlad the Impaler to play his way into the bracket, but we know what Hydra is capable of, and it's Hydra who's backing up to try and avoid Vlad. Ooh, Vlad getting underneath. He's got Hydra, well, not very well cornered.
They're both kind of swirling around each other at this moment. It seems that Vlad's getting underneath Hydra just a little bit better and utilizing it, such as you see now.
Yeah, we get the first lift from Vlad as he's got Hydra pinned in the corner, but Hydra's able to escape. It's another fight where it's all about the ground clearance, and so far Vlad is winning that ground clearance battle. He didn't get good purchase there as Hydra was able to back away. And then Vlad takes a shot from the spikes.
At this point, Hydra's strategically trying to use the spikes and the arena hazards to his benefit.
Hydra with a missed flip allows Vlad to get in underneath again. This is a promising position, but we know Vlad struggles to fully flip opponents. He used his Shremek there to push Hydra a little bit higher up the wall.
He almost succeeded in that flip, but a little too close to the wall and Hydra just rebounded.
Very smart improv there from the experienced Vlad. One of not so many 6-season veterans still competing in this year's tournament. He's underneath Hydra again, excuse me. Trying to use the Shremek again. And
Didn't quite work for him this time though.
Yeah, he nearly let Hydra in there onto the backside. That could have been catastrophic. But this is so far a shock in the making. I don't think anyone would have expected Hydra to struggle this much to get under Vlad. But Vlad is just making this very, very difficult. And he slips underneath again. And a good drive into the wall. Hydra is really starting to fall behind on points. He needs to start getting in some flips and fast.
I don't know if he's quite capable of doing it though, because Vlad is really just a box that's so far incapable of getting underneath.
It is the box that refuses to get picked up, and once again he's pushing Hydra back, really straining the drive. At any moment, we know Hydra could get a flip that wins the fight, but Vlad knows that too, and he's just not allowing it.
Hydra in these last moments trying his best, but Vlad got under him yet again.
Vlad has been putting on an absolute clinic in this fight. And he's underneath Hydra again in the final 10 seconds with another big drive into the wall. And the clock hits 0 with Hydra doing relatively nothing. And ladies and gentlemen, I think we're in for a major cup set.
Well, to be honest, Nick, this wasn't the outcome I was expecting from this match.
Especially for Hydra. He started Fight Night round 2-0. He was feeling very confident, but he seemed kind of cocky in this fight, and it showed. Vlad took advantage and got under him multiple times.
Yeah, a lot of sloppy mistakes, like firing too early, which allows Vlad to pop up underneath him, and then just some strategy from Vlad using his smarts to try and get his Shremek to flip him over, actually.
Between the use of the Shremek, the patience in working the angles, and some of these drives into the wall, you can see it really was not beneficial for Hydra. He took a little bit of chassis damage, I feel like. And the judges have their decision, and I bet Hydra's not gonna like it.
The results from the judges are in. Your winner, by unanimous decision, is... Vlad the Impaler!
Vlad pulled it off.
And now Vlad has probably cemented his place in the tournament. Now Hydra enters the 2-2 mix as well, and he'll be kicking himself because of that, because he was 2-0 at one point. And then he started with all that bike rack nonsense against Razor. Maybe if he didn't screw around, he wins that fight. I don't think he's going to be very happy. He's not going to be happy with the seed.
Sometimes that's how the tourney works. Just kind of throws you for a loop.
That's right.
Well, going into the fifth fight for the night, we have Yeti versus Killer Bee. As if being 1-2 was bad enough, Yeti now faces a rematch against the bot that humiliated him last season.
Humiliation indeed. Yeti was hopeful to get to the quarterfinals again in Season 5, but Killer Bee ran him off the park, ran him out of the box. He almost got knocked out. Killer Bee was able to survive the 3 minutes, win the judge's decision. But now with that armor increase, I don't think Yeti is going to get as close as he did last year, unless he's flawless.
Killer Bee has been performing well, and his outstanding combat record is looking even stronger.
Yeah, he gets better and better, and it's surprising that with all of these changes that could be helping flippers and spinners and axe bots, Here is the wedge bot just continuing to do what he does best. Get under you and frustrate you. It is an absolute inspiration.
Inspiring.
You don't always need active weapons. You just need a wedge.
Just a little tiny wedge.
Just need to get under somebody's skin.
We're going down in the box.
With a knife. Under the skin.
Are you okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square. I don't know what you've been told, but this robot's anger just cannot be controlled. He's gonna smash you up better than a piece of glass. Prepare to be stunned by the stone cold robot, Yeti! In the blue square. He doesn't need a ball and chain, just an annoying wedge and a big brain. Not even pumpkin soup can comfort you now. It's Killer Bee!
Well, Cap, Yeti's going to be desperate to avenge his loss to Killer Bee last year, but it's going to be tougher on him this time around. What does he have to do to win?
Nick, if I can be brutally honest here, I don't think there's much that Yeti can do, considering this year with all the armor buffs and the fact that he has a drum with less reach. If he can get around to the sides, get Killer Bee flipped over, and then chip away from him there, I think that's really his only hope of winning this, but I don't rate his chances highly here in this matchup.
Let the bot battle begin! A rematch of last year's round of 16 match, where Killer Bee dominated Yeti and survived to win the judge's decision.
And so far, it looks like it's gonna be a repeat.
Oh, and Yeti falling over his head. You can see the way these two are driving. It's very fast and frantic as Killer Bee throws Yeti around again.
Yeti really is just trying to get all four of his wheels to touch the ground, and that is probably the one point he's going to have. Oh, look, he's back up again.
And a big ramp attack there. Yeti going right over the top of Killer Bee. He's got no sort of forks or little wedgelets or anything that can help him win this ground clearance battle. We talk about the fast pace they're fighting at. Yeti kind of needs to fight at this, even though it's not benefiting him that much. And again, he's popped and spins around. Now Yeti getting a good attack off. He finally got around the wedge.
Now all Yeti has to do is repeat what he just did.
So hard when Killer Bee is pretty much twice the size of Yeti, at least the chassis aspect.
And I think seemingly a little faster as well.
Yeti, every time he goes over top, he turns around, ready to attack again. Right over the top yet again. Killer Bee's still in complete control of this fight. He's got a lot of scuff marks, though, that are starting to appear on top.
I can say this about Yeti, though. He does not give up.
Oh, and he goes flying over the top again. And Killer Bee has also lost a piece of his anti-tipping, I don't know what you want to call it. He lost the red piece on the side. That one there, he lost another. That means that Yeti has two sides he could pin Killer Bee on if he wants to take a knockout win. But easier said than done because he just keeps ramping right over the top.
Yeah, Killer Bee is kind of just playing a strategic, route to this match. He'll vault Yeti over him, and then he just kind of turns and waits for Yeti to be aggressive again.
This is very comparable to last year's fight, and Killer Bee will know that he's got the extra armor life that should keep him well away from losing via knockout as he continues to spin Yeti up and over and around in every direction.
Yeah, and as long as it isn't a knockout result, I'm pretty sure I know who the judges are going to decide this for.
And Killer Bee's not even smoking, so he's taken damage, but doesn't seem like it's been that much as we hit the final 10 seconds. Not much longer to impress the judges because it looks like, once again, they'll be sorting out the result between these two, and there is the final horn. Well, we pretty much knew what we were going to get from this fight, and we did get just that. Killer Bee on the ground, waiting for Yeti to come at him, and Yeti flying over top.
Yeah, it looked like Yeti had a great time dancing around the box, but this isn't dance class, Nick. It's robot fighting. You have to be ready.
Now, there's going to be some question marks with the categories here. Damage is tough, but Killer Bee can't cause any damage. Does Yeti get 3 points there? And also the aggression. How many points does Yeti get? Enough to win the fight?
It would be interesting to see if Yeti won somehow, how those scores happen to be. Because yeah, damage I guess is in his category, but I don't think the rest of the match was.
We have a decision from the judges. Time to go down to the box.
The results from the judges are in. Your winner, by unanimous decision, is... Killer Bee!
He used one of these to get under Yeti's skin. And he caused him all sorts of little fits. He lost a lot of blood, and he lost the fight.
You know, we're just 6th fight for the night. We have Vita versus Helichopper. Vita's campaign might be one of the most miserable. Now he plays for pride and the chance to ruin Helichopper's dreams.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's Helichopper he's going up against. Vita's whole season has been against bots lesser than Helichopper, and they've still not really had to worry about him. He's just trying to get to Season 7 as quickly as possible so we can get a new build in that can kind of, make up for some of these poor seasons he's had lately.
Helichopper will have to be wary of that hammer. This isn't necessarily a cakewalk for him.
Yeah, we saw in the first fight against Deep Six that weapon is kind of all on one central disc piece, and if you hit it just right, the whole weapon's gone. And Vita, if he corners him, slows the weapon down, can just pound on the top of him and maybe get it all in one shot?
We shall see. Down in the where?
There.
There.
Down there.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, he does more hitting than me at a club. He never hits, that's what I'm trying to say. He waits for it. Look away, kids! He's gonna beat her! In the blue square, what do you and an onion on a cutting board have in common? You're both about to face the chop! It's Helichopper!
Let the bot battle begin. Vita looking to play spoiler. It's not the role he would have wanted at the start of the season, but it's the role he has to deal with. Helichopper hits the wall twice.
Helichopper not really driving the best at the moment.
Yeah, he's needing this win pretty bad. He hasn't had a stellar season himself.
Well, he already had one solid hit on Vita's weapon, so we'll see if it continues, but he is a little wobbly right now.
Look at all the scuff marks in Vita's wedge, either side of the ram plates. Helichopper getting some good damage early on. Another hard hit. Oh, and a wheel goes flying off of Vita, and a hammer comes off of Helichopper.
Helichopper's going to have a hard time now trying to keep his weapon going, but he's doing a decent job getting some more damage in on Vita. Smoke coming now.
And Helichopper a lot shakier than he has been to start off this fight. And despite that, he gets damage anyway. The head of Vita's hammer is off.
Beta now at this point needs to kind of just ram his way through the rest of this match. I don't know how long he's going to survive by doing that.
Yeah, the fact he's already smoking shows he's taken a lot of damage as Helichopper continues to clip the side of the chassis there, despite the damage he's taken. Helichopper, though, needs to be careful. He could flip himself at any moment.
That would be an interesting end to this match.
And Beta's got him upended a little bit, but not enough.
Halfway through, Beta just trying to use his weaponless arm to smack some damage into Helichopper.
He's not giving up without a fight, which is the first time we've really seen him put up a fight this year, it seems. Helichopper is playing with fire here. He's still being very aggressive, trying to chase the knockout. And Beta is close to being knocked out.
But again, one wrong move from Helichopper could be his doom.
He is violently shaking, but he is chasing the knockout he thinks he needs to better his seed, and Beta may be a hit away.
And I think that's it.
That is it! Beta knocked out. Helichopper gets the knockout in ugly fashion. Well, we were hoping to see a good fight between these two. Beta did his part to an extent, but ultimately Helichopper was too much for him.
Yeah, at the end, Helichopper did his best, lost part of his weapon, but was still strong enough to win himself the knockout.
We've talked all season long about how bad Son of Waiachi's weapon breaks. Helichopper seemingly has a similar issue. How concerned should he be?
I think concerned enough to try and go in and fix it. It looks, at least in the builds, that the weapons for both him and Sao are of the same items, so it would make sense as to why they're breaking so easy.
They'll have to take that up with their part supplier after the tournament, but for now, he's still got fights. He's looking good.
That was a close one.
Yeah, a little closer than Helichopper would have liked. That's not the first time, too. His weapon's fallen apart. We've seen it a few times now. Fragility will be a problem in the bracket rounds because he's going to be going up against stronger bots. Hopefully they can fix that in the pits before they get into the round of 32.
Well, we shall see. Anyways, we're going to go on to the 7th fight for the night. We have Valkyrie versus Complete Control. And no comments needed here. We're just going to go straight down to the box.
This one's a doozy.
It's a doozy. A doozy.
Maybe a snoozy as well. Before you go down, bring some boozy.
Just go. Just go.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, after careful inspection, we figured out why this machine just hasn't been flying right. We forgot to put the thruster boosters on him. It's Valkyrie! In the blue square, when he takes charge, he'll make North Korea look lenient. It's Complete Control!
Let the bot battle begin. Complete Control nearly grabbing Valkyrie early. He does grab him early and gets a nice flip to start off this fight.
It was indeed a nice flip, but we'll see how well Valkyrie can come back, maybe deal some damage. Complete Control, though, is in complete control of this match so far.
Both bots having seasons to forget, trying to end it on a high. There's another nice grab by Complete Control, didn't do much. And another one flips Valkyrie over a second time. Valkyrie, of course, having come out of the qualifiers, still hasn't won in Fight Night yet. Complete Control still trying to grab him and get another suplex.
Valkyrie doesn't look to be doing a lot of damage, and it's kind of questionable. Whoa!
Oh my
weapon!
goodness! Complete Control grabbed the disc and just ripped it clean off!
I was gonna say, maybe he'll do more damage if he's flipped over versus his regular orientation, but he's not gonna be doing any damage for the rest of this match.
That was absolutely incredible from Complete Control. One of the best shots we've seen this season, albeit from one of the more underperforming bots. And now he can just have his will with Valkyrie, who's already taken a lot of damage underneath.
I honestly don't see how the rest of this match is gonna go any other way. Complete Control has this.
Yeah, some bots at least have an answer for when their main weapon is gone. Valkyrie hasn't had much of an answer for anything, even with the weapon. Once again, he rides right into the grasp of Complete Control, who then swings and misses. Valkyrie now staring at an 0-4 Fight Night season in the face. He was hoping for a win that would have kept him out of qualifiers next year. Complete Control looking for a confidence booster after a recent loss to Hexadecimator, and now he's got another good bite on Valkyrie. Complete Control isn't really doing a lot of damage, it seems like. The weapon may be dying out a little bit.
But he did enough damage throughout the match that I think it secured him the win.
Oh, and this maneuver may have secured him the win because now he has pinned Valkyrie on one of the front sides. And Valkyrie's wheels are stranded.
How is this even possible?
The refs have started to count out Valkyrie, and as if to add insult to injury, this fight is going to end via a knockout just before the final bell. What a turn of events. Well, you never know what to expect from two struggling robots. Sometimes you get a dull fest, sometimes you get absolutely incredible moments like we saw from Complete Control in this fight.
Yeah, the first half of this match, I was completely enthralled. That main attack from Complete Control was absolutely amazing. But the way it ended absolutely threw me.
Now, are those two moments, Cap, good enough to get him into the tournament, or did he need a more complete performance?
You know, I think he needed a more complete performance, and at minimum, this is a very good fight, and it'll definitely keep him out of the qualifiers for next year, but I don't think he's going to make the bracket.
Very nice plays made by Complete Control.
We've been lacking some nice plays from Complete Control this year. He had one against Gold Digger, I remember, where he clamped down on the weapon and flung it off just like he did here to Valkyrie. This shot I thought was a lot better, though.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
I think this was his best fight of the season.
One of the best fights, I think, for this season. Not just his, but we'll have to go and see, and then obviously you'll make a little thing at the end for all the best hits and whatnot.
Yeah, does that? You think that hit will make the top 25?
I think so.
That wasn't bad.
That was pretty good.
It was tasty.
Tasty. Anyways, going on to the main event, we have Tombstone versus Gigabyte. So despite a third round defeat to Huge, Gigabyte should still be feeling confident in their season thus far.
Yeah, despite the loss, it was a split decision, and there were a few people that actually thought he could have won that fight. So it's hardly even a loss for Gigabyte. He's got a great resume so far, and even if he lost to a former champion in Tombstone, 2-2 isn't the best, but we already know a lot of the bots in the 2-2 field. I don't think he's going to be behind many of them.
That's fair. Tombstone might be feeling the pressure here too. He's 1-2, a loss would put him near the brink of oblivion.
He may be Tombstone, and he may have a very good resume, but you don't want to risk trying to get into the tournament with a 1-3 record. It doesn't matter who you are and who you faced. 1-3 is not very good.
It's not good at all. But I'm excited to see how this fight goes, so we're just going to get straight into it. Meet you guys down in the box.
It's a big one.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, they say he's outdated and that his title charge is ill-fated, but after 2 straight losses, this spot is agitated. Start planning your funeral arrangements and come say your last words. It's Tombstone! In the blue square. Come too close and you'll go down, down, down. Like an Xbox 360. You thought his bark was bad? Wait till you feel his Gigabyte!
So far this season, these two have produced destructive fights. But with the tournament looming, time is running out to impress the selection committee. Will Tombstone's desperation fuel him to victory, or will Gigabyte bounce back from his recent defeat? The time to find out has finally arrived. Let the main event begin. No easy fights for Tombstone despite the tough season he's had so far.
Both from kind of keeping their distance, kind of speed up, some hits there. Not anything worthwhile though.
Just a few shades off the thing. Gigabyte trying to make sure he's in the center of the arena so he doesn't hit the wall like that.
Meanwhile, Tombstone's trying to go at this a little lighter because he's afraid of losing his weapon.
He's taking his time trying to measure up the shots. Gigabyte is trying to slowly approach him and make sure he doesn't penetrate too badly.
And there goes one of his weapons.
Tombstone taking the early damage again! And he lost the other tooth! And Tombstone once again up against it. No teeth to even respond to Gigabyte. How is he going to get himself back in this fight? Huge havoc glitch. The rest of Tombstone's weapon is off. Gigabyte looks okay after literally hitting the ceiling. Now Tombstone using the backside, and that's a hard shot that he took. Gigabyte still running fairly well. We're about halfway through this fight now, and Tombstone needs to figure out how to slow Gigabyte down, how to cause any sort of damage. Ooh, big shot there! Tombstone taking a static shot. He's running out of life.
Yeah, one or two more hits, and I think that's going to be it. So now Gigabyte's just trying to not bounce around the box. Oh, and a wheel!
And any sort of resistance Tombstone was going to try to put up is dashed with that lost wheel. He's playing it awkwardly after losing the weapon, going in with the back end and not the frame. But it doesn't much matter anymore because Gigabyte... Whoa! He hit some shrapnel there, Gigabyte, and that might have caused damage. I see a tooth on the ground. He also lost his directional indicator for the most part. Not even from Tombstone. Gigabyte is being beat up by the game in the arena.
It's unfair, Nick. It's unfair.
He lost another tooth in that last exchange. Doesn't matter too much. Gigabyte still in complete control of this fight. He's still able to crab walk around, so he's not getting counted out. He'll have to be using that other wheel to end this fight. As we hit the final few seconds. Gigabyte, is he going to get the knockout? Oh no, he doesn't, but the kill saws did! Gigabyte gets his knockout with a little bit of assistance. This one is not going to the judges. Well, it's been a pretty crazy night overall, and that was no exception for the main event, with a couple havoc glitches and a hilarious ending resulting in Gigabyte's win.
I kind of expected Tombstone to lose his weapon, not gonna lie, but I didn't expect Gigabyte to get beat up by the box so much.
Yeah, the game was trying to intervene, it seemed, and help out Tombstone, but even that wasn't enough to stop Gigabyte. Gigabyte obviously in the tournament now. He's at a tough schedule. He's got a 3-1 record, but Tombstone on the other side, 1-3, pretty tough schedule. What do his chances look like?
I don't know. I personally believe in statistics more than opinions, so I'm never going to be able to put rightful contribution on that topic, Nick, but as of justice statistics, it's not looking too great.
Man, talk about adding insult to injury.
Yeah, what a way to get knocked out. It's like conceding a goal in like the 95th minute, but you're already down 3-0.
Oh, it was great though. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
very entertaining, but man, that must have hurt.
And a great win for Gigabyte. He's not going to be in that 2-2 mix. He's comfortably in the tournament. Probably going to get a pretty high seed as well. I'd say top 16.
Yeah, that's fair. And all of the fights tonight, you know, some nice hits, nice matches to begin with. But like you said, it's the last. It's the last.
The last round.
I'm so excited.
32 of the 64 bots have now had all 4 Fight Night matches. And in the next 2 episodes, we're going to finish it off. And we're going to start to figure this out. There's a lot to dissect.
Yep.
Especially when you've got Son of Ayachi at 2-2, Tombstone 1-3, Yeti 1-3. All these tier 1 bots didn't get the records anyone would have expected. So where are they going to fall in the bracket?
I have no idea, but I am excited to see where they do indeed fall. But with that being said, that is the end of today.
That's right.
I still don't know who I am.
I don't know where I am.
Look, okay, you've turned into quite the little serial killer in today's episode. All right, we're going. Goodbye.